Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Crazy shit. Yes, Chris.
This might be it. This might be it. Not including anime. This might be my favorite TV show.
Oh, it is good.
This
it is very good,
man.
It's up there with
It
Billions.
really is.
It is. It's
really
up there with
is.
Billions.
In my mind, I think the shows that were holding the mantles were New Girl.
What?
New Girl, yeah.
I've watched New Girls. I know what you're talking about, but like, what? But still, okay.
Yeah.
Not a shot at the New Girl fans. Not a shot, but go ahead.
New Girl, Punisher.
Oof.
That was also up there.
Yes.
And then probably Fringe, I would say. Yeah.
You told me about. I've yet to look at.
Yeah. Fringe actually deals with a very
Alternate
adjacent
universes?
story.
Oh.
Yeah, the story is there's a lot of similarities. So, and I think the guy who made either Star Trek or Star Wars did that show. J.J. Abrams. Do you know that name?
No.
Okay. Yeah, he made some pretty like renowned stuff, and he also made Fringe. But this show, yeah, it's eclipsing everything right now.
It is really good.
Not including anime. Like this is seriously giving me hope for American TV. And of course it's an adaptation from a book. I forgot to, I think I've been saying this whole time that I've been referring to it as this show is amazing. But I like to acknowledge that this is based off of a book. So, a lot of TV shows like that come to mind, like The Walking Dead, for example, or Breaking Bad, like they have different writers for each episode.
Mm-hmm.
So, but this show, it's based off of a book. So, the vision is very harmonious. And
yes, it's unilateral. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's unilateral's kind of... Yeah, sure, it is one track. This is all from the one source, the book. Right. No,
yeah, and it's not a coincidence that some of the greatest shows are from books. Game of Thrones, The Walking Dead, even Punisher. I think Punisher, I know it's in the Marvel world, but I think it's like inspired by a book, right? Do you know?
I don't know. Oh, yeah, the comic books, of course. The Stan Lee and these other folks.
Well, like not just the comic books though, like an actual like novel inspired.
I don't know actually. Yeah. I do not know. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no. This show's out there for me too. Like after Billions and like Apple TV. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this show's up there for me. I really, really do love Dark Matter. Severance. I love Severance even. God, I love Severance too. But Dark Matter is kind of more climactic. Dark Matter, just the pieces are thrown at you at a faster velocity.
Oh.
I'm using Dark Matter
Play
terms.
On words.
Mm. Yeah. Then Severance. Severance is slow, Christian, but it's good. The crumbs are laid slowly. You got it.
Honestly, if this is the kind of quality that Apple TV is pumping out,
Christian,
I might just seriously say fuck Netflix, because I haven't watched Netflix in years anyway. Well,
actually, no. Let's not shame any of them. They all have their niches that are very popular. Like I told you, like the British shows on Netflix, fire. Supercell, like You Don't Know Me. Those are two that I've watched. Hulu got Abbott Elementary. The Bear is killing the nation right now. Which is like a high-end restaurant in the hood of Chicago, which doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense on the map. Like episode 1, they're like, bro, trying to get off gangs from fighting around the restaurant. Now the restaurant's high-end, inside of the hood. Minus that, everything else about the Bear is fire. It mimics perfectly what goes on in the restaurant. Like the fast pace, forever dynamic and having to mitigate and work with what you have. It's a beautiful show. Minus the location, which I'm like, that's kind of odd. Everything else is perfect. Yeah, Hulu got that. HBO, House of Dragon, Game of Thrones. They all have their stuff. But Apple TV, I've not missed for me, man. Like Hijack, I was on the edge of my seat every episode. Severance, I fucking loved every episode of Severance. Dark Matter, bro. Defending Jacob, Trying, oh my God, Christian. Ted Lasso, bro. Christian, you don't even know. Presumed Innocent, it's all been just gems. Yeah, Apple TV's just on some other shit. But yeah.
And Dark Matter, man, especially. This episode started evoking a sense of wonder and awe in me that just few shows, man. Few shows are able to do what this show is doing to me. And I lost my mind every single time he opened the door. Every single time. We got a glimpse into a new world. Dude.
Okay.
It was crazy. There were some times where I was actually scared. Like, legitimately, I felt like I was watching a horror TV show. Like, dude.
Chucky at the end. It's going to be an infected
yeah.
at the end.
You know what? I could not stop thinking about what if something started running towards them or running towards them in that long corridor. That's like a bunch of infinity doors. Oh man. What a spectacle. Just the visuals.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. Also, I was gonna leave that to the end, but might as well just bring it. Visual spectacle. So they made a tribute to a guy, Arturo Gamino, at the end of
I saw that. Yeah.
So he was a green foreman. So I was like, what is a green foreman? So everything nature related on a set, this guy was in charge of. I'm talking sand, which they went in the world was very sandy. The ash in the world that they went through, the grass, the trees, that forest they opened up to. There was like a dinosaur. As in, this guy was the green foreman. Like, that was his thing, to make sure to acquire these things and place them perfectly, in charge of them on the sets. So that's why they made a special shout out to him, because that was his role. So I was like, wow, that's pretty cool.
So he was working like specifically for this show.
Yeah, like one of the crew members, but with a specific task to be in charge of every nature-related stuff that was in this episode, or all the episodes prior to his death. Arturo Gamino. I hope I'm pronouncing his last name correctly. Yeah. But yes, Christian, this is episode 4. Episode 4 starts the way episode 3 ends. Chaos in world number 2. Dawn lost her fucking fingers. She's screaming. Leighton's like, you know
what?
Good.
I was like, good. Fuck you.
So I because I'm rewatching this is my third time watching this. I watched it by myself. I'm watching it with you for this podcast, and I'm rewatching it again with my girlfriend. I started last night. She picked up on something that, 2 things. One, her name being Dawn is kind of odd. She thinks like Dawn is such a like nice girl name, which that's what my girlfriend thought. I'm like, oh, it is what it is. I don't know, but I guess that's cool. But the second thing she thought, every time they switch to World 2 looks darker, Christian. You look at the colors in World 1. Like, there's blue, there's red. When you switch over to Jason 2's world, it's all just like dark. It looks dull. Like, it looks black and white. So everything that we said, right? Everything that happens for a reason. These writers appear to be top tier. So it wouldn't be a coincidence that... Writer. Oh, yeah. The writer of the book, correct. Like, it wouldn't be a coincidence that they make a distinction from world Jason 2's world, and Jason 1's world, the main character. So yeah, she picked up on that, and we just kept seeing it. Every time they would zoom back, even the trees look dead, like dead-er, like less colors. Just not only the snap, which you brought up, but also the colorization, to make sure that the viewers know we just switched. Or those are the distinction between those 2 worlds. Because if you look at that world too, go ahead, before you lose what you're gonna say.
Well, I was just so what was she saying about Dawn? So what? Like, how did she interpret her name then?
No, she just
Dawn
said No, when you think Dawn, I guess you think of sweetheart or nice girl with dresses, that not a bodyguard, fearful. I don't know, like that's she didn't read into it a lot. She's just saying like Dawn is normally a sweet person. Dawn, not a fearful looking warrior woman with PTSD. That's what she said. It was nothing like crazy.
Oh, because I thought you were on a train of thought that like Dawn is bright, but then you started talking about the color palette of the world, so I thought you were making a connection.
They really are different. If you rewatch this show or keep watching the show, you will see that whenever they switch over to Jason 1's world, it looks brighter. There's more colors. They show his house. They show the school he go to as he's driving. Whenever they switch to World 2, the screen, the setting is darker, literally. Like the clothes that people wear, it's subtle, but it's not once you see it. You will see it. I 100% assure you will see it. When we go over these few other episodes, it's something that you will start seeing.
Okay. Keep an eye out.
Promise you. But yeah, so yeah, everyone's freaking out, right? And Leighton's like, fuck this, there's nothing else for me in this world. He grabs a bag. What does these bags have? These ampules. And he said, I'm gonna fucking go. I'm done. Now, okay. So they keep switching to characters. So if it's cool with you, I'm just gonna stay. We're just gonna stay with these characters. And once we're done with them, we go to another character and we're done with them. As in, we're not gonna do what the show keep doing. If you're cool with that structure, because there's a lot of back and forth.
Sure, but I do want to acknowledge that the way that they're bouncing is beautiful. Like,
it's beautifully done, of course.
The direction, oh man, like especially how I'm trying to remember when exactly it happened. It was okay, before, so just before Jason 2 shows Leighton 1 the box, we get an explanation of like the details of how the box works from Jason 1, and then they're snapping back and forth. That's beautiful. Like, I don't know the proper name for it, but it's like some kind of layering that they're doing, and they're interweaving the scenes. It's fantastic. I love how they're doing this.
We get more explanation from the box by so many different characters, and they're all intertwined into just one like singular long manual of how to basically be in control in that box. And it's freaking beautifully done. So yes, Jason 1 and Amanda, they went in. They can't stay in this world no more. It's been 220 door, 12 feet apart. What is going on here? You know, like, what is all this? Is this endless? And then Jason 1 says, this is some kind of liminal space. Liminal space. I had to Google it. I'm like, what the fuck is liminal space? A transitional period, either physical or emotional, or metaphorical, where one thing ends and another one is about to begin. Which kind of makes sense. But he explained it more. It's a manifestation of the mind as it attempts to visually explain something our brains haven't fully evolved to comprehend. So that lavender fairy that they take, because when you get in the box, it's just a box. Once you take that drug, Christian, that drug puts you in this long-ass infinite corridor where these doors lead to basically the multiverse, where these doors lead to different worlds.
It's more, I think it's more so that the drug helps you get to, like, it's not the drug itself. The drug shuts down a portion of your mind so that when you're in the box specifically, then you can enter that state. I think that's what's happening.
Right, but you still need the drug to enter that state.
Yeah, you still need it, but it's not like the drug specifically. Just wanted to...
When
like,
they get
the drug
in the box,
is an assister.
Yeah, when they get in the box, Christian, they can't do anything until... When they get in the box, it's just a box. Like, they just sit in a box. Right, once they take the drug, then they get access to the infinite doors. As in, you can't just walk into the box and start walking. It'll just be a box. It'll just be like a square. Right. So, yes, they're inside the box. And, of course, they don't know how to control any of this yet. So they say, fuck it, let's open the first door. First door, this ash-looking world that they stepped out of. Everything is dusty, post-apocalyptic. It's like the roof is caved in.
I absolutely adore post-apocalyptic worlds. That's part of why I love The Last of Us so much.
Last of Us? Of course.
Yeah. I love it so much.
As soon as I saw it, I'm like, yeah, I can see where's an infected gonna come through, but no infected come through. So I was like, all right, that's pretty cool. Buildings are dropping. The sea is dirty. Like the ocean just looks grayish. Oh, dude, I would pay anything to be on a set of this TV show, just to watch that.
Well, it wouldn't be as magical. That's all.
I know, right? It's probably like a big green screen. So, yeah. That is true. Actually, that's fucking true. Yeah, and of course they run away because one of the fucking big ass buildings started collapsing. So, it is what it is. Take it back into the box. Okay. So, shit. How many impules do we have? There's 50 capsules. We already took 2, so we're down to 48. So, shit. We need to take them to navigate through the box and not observe ourselves. He mentioned that again, Christian. Like the lavender fairy that they take. As him and Daniela and Amanda are in there. And they're like, okay, what do we know so far from this ash world that we just got out of? The coordinates of the box stay the same. Whichever world we're in, this box is constant. This box is this independent variable who is not affected by the world because it stays in the same location, which is pretty cool. So we know whatever world we step out of, we're stepping out of the location that the box was in my world or yours.
Yeah, that could be a very... I don't know if they would play with this idea, but... This happens in, there's this anime called Steins Gate. I might have mentioned it to you before.
You mentioned it to me, yeah.
Yeah, but like, what if something, if the coordinates are always the same, then what if in one world there's a tree right in the middle of where it's supposed to appear, and then it just phases into existence? Like, that could, if that happened to a human, for example, that would instantly kill the human, because like these atoms are being just squished together.
Oh, yes.
Because every time the box appeared, luckily in the show, there's never anything really obstructing it. But yeah.
No, but the thing is, crazy. These worlds, but another thing too, Christian, I think the way you're thinking it is the box is being dropped into a new world. These worlds they go into, the world was already there, meaning the box was already there. That's just where it was in that world. As in, it's not the box just like, what if there are two people walking and the box just dropped on top of them? That's like, it's not how it is. That world been there for a long time. That the world behind the doors aren't just created.
I don't know about that, because I don't know, because they're like in the snow world that they were in, like there was, because that would imply that the box was there from the beginning of time. Right?
No, the box was there once the box was created. The box was just made in Jason 2's world. When he traveled in Jason 1's world, he was able to. No, he wasn't even able to. You have no control on that. When Jason 2 traveled to Jason 1's world, the box happened to be in this abandoned warehouse. In World 2, that abandoned warehouse is Velocity. Mm-hmm. So that building, the box is always in that building, whether it's a building or not, though. Not because in one of the worlds they opened, there was a dinosaur. As in pre-existing that space, that geographical location, there was no building because there was no people on the planet. It was dinosaurs, like the beginning of time. But that geographical location on the map, the coordinate was the same. Do you know what I'm saying?
But like you're saying the box didn't just phase into existence.
No, the box just stays constant. All these worlds are very similar. These worlds aren't a different planet. These worlds are Chicago. They're all Chicago. Different versions of Chicago where something have happened in the past that created a branch throughout Chicago. So let's say the box is in 54 Lafayette Avenue, Chicago, Illinois. Every world, whether it's in the past or in the future, but in Chicago, that coordinate is where the box is. Like whether it's pre-existing with freaking dinosaurs and dragons, that spot in Chicago, even though Chicago is not even built yet, there's no skyscrapers yet because it's the beginning of time, it's going to be in that location, in that specific point, in all the worlds.
Right. But I guess where I'm trying to follow you is because when I mentioned that, like if in that coordinate a tree grew, for example, and then the box appeared, that would cause like interference. And then you brought up you're thinking that the box was always meant to appear there. So I'm not sure if you were saying that as like a way to disprove what I was saying, or are you just saying that as an observation from you?
I'm saying I don't think there's any way the box could have been mistakenly placed on top of something else, because in every version of Chicago, that specific spot is reserved for that box in every world they go into. That's why they say whatever.
Oh, so you're saying that like fate would make it so that nothing would ever interfere in that coordinate.
Yes, but it's not even fate. It's just the science, because that's the location of the box. That's what, as soon as they got out of the Ash world, they're like, what did we learn? This is our coordinate. This is the exact place where the box is in my world or yours. So wherever we go, this is where we go. Like when they open the second door, they're like, we're still in the same coordinate of the box. As in, it doesn't change. It's like it remains unfazed by whatever world they go into. The location stays the same. Now around it.
So you would agree though that like the box is like appearing whenever they open the door in like whatever world that they're now entering. The box is appearing.
But it's not. It was already in that world, in that location. It's not just appearing.
See that's where I'm losing you a little bit, because if we look at Jason 1's world, the box was never built to begin with. So then how could Jason 2 end up there?
That's a very good point. Yes, so the box was never built in Jason 1's world, but Jason 2 traveled through the box. Therefore, he had to get out of the box. So for that reason, the box appeared in the same coordinate. So yes, Christian. Okay, this long ass verbal fight ended with you winning. That makes perfect sense. So okay, so it just appears in that. It just appears in that, like longitude and magnitude, whatever the fuck they do for the map. Okay, that's true. It appears.
But what you did say though before, it did make sense that like it's just there's never going to be anything there to intersect the box, because that's just, I guess mathematically how the world is set up. Like nothing will ever be there to interfere with it.
Crazy shit. This is pretty cool, actually. This is good discussion. Unfortunately, we have to go over all this show. Now we have to get to the episode.
I can't believe 25 minutes have passed.
This is all your fault, Christian. Edit the shit out. Just have you say, yes, Pierre, I agree, and then we move forward. Obviously, folks, he's not going to do that because it's a hard life. Okay. Yes, they're backing the backs, right? There's 50 capsules. Each of us have to take one. We're down to 48. We need those to not observe ourselves to navigate through the multiverse. And they wear out, like all drugs. Great. They open the second door. There's a fucking forest. Oh, shit. Close the door right away. What the fuck is going on? And they start giving us some definition. Jason 1 says, okay, the connection between the worlds and the doors hold during a giving session of the drug. Because when the drug wear off, they're not able to do that no more. They're just in a box. It's like, interesting. So we A, need that shit, and B, we need that shit. It's finite. It's ending in our system, which we need to recharge. And also, the numbers is ending, going down from 50 to 48. So I need to get in my fucking world. It is what it is. Okay, let's keep testing. They open door number 3, a world with no atmosphere. It's like, oh my goodness. He's like, I couldn't feel
that world took my breath away. I could not believe that they went down that route, because that's where my mind would be going if I was thinking about a story like this. So I was so happy that they showed like something like that.
Yes, Christian. Yes. Like you said, that's where your mind would go. Oh no. Like you would purposely think, show me a world with no atmosphere? Is that
no. I mean, like thinking about just the craziness of this scenario. My mind would be like, what if they open the door and like the world just was obliterated and now they're in space? Like that's what I would be thinking. So
that's a good point. That's a good point, actually. So Amanda freaks out once Jason closes the door with the no atmosphere world. She starts running. She's like, I can't take this. It's like, is this infinite? What the fuck's going on? Jason's like, baby, chill. He doesn't say baby.
Yeah,
he's a gentleman.
She did annoy me when she ran out into the cold.
That annoyed me too, actually. And it's ironic.
That was annoying.
That's not annoying. Like, not everyone is able to keep their cool, Christian. It's a lot
in the moment. In the moment, it annoyed. I mean, she talks about how it's ironic.
I know, right? That's her job.
Psychiatrist. Yeah. I'm like, man, you must have done a shit job. In the moment when I saw this, I was like, come on.
And you know what's more fucked up? You know what's more fucked up? I'm with you with this. You fucking open the door, you take 2 steps, it's freezing cold. Bitch, get the fuck back in.
Go back. Like, the forest world would have been a great world to do that. But no, you chose one with a blistering storm.
But like, at the same time, Christian, like, we're not in these situations.
Yeah, but
impulsive as that sounded, I imagine walking through an endless box for hours. She's just like, fuck it. She's like, I just want to get out. I just want to get out. Imagine.
But it's the fact that she's supposed to be the trainer. She's the psychologist. Like, at least make it like a couple days before you go crazy. It was only, I don't know. I don't think it was more than a day that they were in the hallway, probably. But yeah, she just cracks so quickly. I'm like, wow.
No, that's not. But sure. Let's not hate on Amanda that bad. That's not so quickly.
At least when she acknowledged it, you know. Because here's another thing too. I would have really preferred if instead of her, you know, just randomly leaving the box, I wish instead they had some external force or like that suddenly thrust them outside the box, and then when they're outside the box, like they're in the middle of the storm, and now they're lost, and now they can end up in the same scenario that they were in the show.
I understand.
So like, and it would have retained like Amanda's, you know, it wouldn't have made her look so dumb for leaving.
Whoa, Christian, come on, bro.
You just said you agreed with me though. I mean, you know,
I agree with you, but at a humane level, people can be overwhelmed and say, fuck it, I can't stay here no more.
Yeah, but don't you...
You wouldn't. We're very fucking rational people. We tend to be rational at times.
But don't you think that would have been a better scenario? Like, if they were forced somehow outside of the box.
I hope they wouldn't be forced out. But
that would have been interesting.
But that's not... then it'd be like 3 fights, man. The fight to get home and the fight against this box that can just thrust us out whenever it wants to.
No. I mean, like, say, for example, in this episode, the box opened up in the middle of an ocean. Just for this episode, right? The ocean water would have, like, it could have been so much coming in that it would just thrust them outside the box, out of their control. But you see what I'm saying, right? Like, yes. There could have been a reason other than her just freaking out for them to be lost outside the box. and it would have made it more like palatable.
I hear you, Christian. I hear you. I'm just gonna stop there and say I hear you. But is it plausible to me? It is. I can see how someone.
I'm not saying it's not plausible, but
at the same time, I can't see how someone can say fuck it and still keep going on. Bitch, as that cold just hit my face, I'm taking that tantrum and just squeezing it down my stomach. I mean, like, bitch, you're going right back in there. We're gonna throw a tantrum in that box. I can't. I'm black. I can't do cold. I'm from a tropical island, so I'll be like, bitch, here, get your fucking self back in there. But anyway, it is what it is, right? But before all that, when she freaks out, she didn't freak out. The first freak out, Jason reached out to her and say, stop. This box, it's infinite possibilities. She's like, hey, there's a version of you and me right now that never escaped. Right now, we just need to focus on water, and the drug is running out. So they're like, okay, it is what it is. So then they find another door. What's the door? The door is the version of them that never escaped. Crazy. But they can't click these things yet. Like, is this box in tune with our emotions or thoughts? No, that's not even the question yet, because things are just happening fast. They open the door. Amanda sees Leighton and Dawn killing Amanda for escaping, because Jason literally said, I told her to do it. And Leighton's like, oh, I know Amanda, no one can tell him to do shit. And it's like Dawn, which is crazy. He never tells Dawn shoot. It's like Dawn knows. It's like Leighton's like, oh, Amanda would never do anything that someone forced her to do. And Dawn's like, all right, boss, bam, tase Jason and get Jason. And Leighton sees the other version of Amanda. When I thought something would have happened in this world that, it's like what's the thing? Two Adam cannot exist in the same place or some shit like that. Which that's not the case for this at all. But I thought there would have been a butterfly effect in that world when I saw that scene. The fact that Leighton just saw another version. There probably was, yes, but they closed the door, so they'll never know. That's actually true. Yeah. So after that, they just keep fucking opening doors. They opened one, there was a hidden wall. They opened another one, there were dinosaurs. They opened another one, there was like lasers, fire.
I don't think they were dinosaurs. There was a monster, but I didn't see a dinosaur.
You didn't see a dinosaur?
No, there was just this like creature that was like, it looked very monstery.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That might actually be. It might have been just my mind that made me think that. Okay. That's true.
That's what when I saw that world, I was like, yeah, this show is for me. Because I'm like, they are exploring everything.
I know, right?
Every possibility.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then after a bunch of fucking no's and we can't get through him, Amanda's like, fuck it, I'm opening the door and I'm just gonna run through. And that's what we already just mentioned. She storm out. It's a fucking snowstorm. It's a cold world. J. Cole. Cold world. But yeah, just keep walking still. She catch a case of, I'm going to say hypothermia. Is that hypo or hyper? Which one is the one related to cold? I'm just Googling it. Yeah. It's fine. It's all good.
Yeah, doesn't really matter.
It matters, like black life. A medical injury that injure when a person's core body drops below. Okay, cool. So that's hypo. Maybe a case of hypothermia. Maybe not. Anyway, homegirl's shivering. Jason was able to find an abandoned house. Notice the house, Christian. There's a dead cat on the floor. Like, the kitchen is dirty. The roof, there's like something is caved in. Of course, he's able to find some matches. Like, thank God. Like, but it's just apocalyptic. This world is just frozen. So he was able to nurse Amanda back to health. Well, Warmth was able to nurse Amanda back to health because she was able to start a fire under the chimney. And when she got up, and it's just, she mentioned what we just mentioned, how it's ironic that she's trained to regulate the test pilot's emotions within the box, and that's the one thing she couldn't do. And then, Christian, she brought up, my father now used to ski in Argentina, and then there would be heavy snowstorm. We would be trapped. All we'd have to do is just sit in the car and let the snowstorm pass. And Jason's like, Daddy, chill. Jason's like, hold up. Hold up, girl, what you just said? You feeling trapped? Are you serious? And were you feeling this shit when you opened the fucking door? He was not aggressive about this shit. It was just a moment of revelation, a moment of awakening, enlightening. Like, oh shit. So these worlds are a fucking reflection of our emotional state. The moment we fucking opened the door, as in this movie couldn't get better, as in this TV show couldn't get more layered. Just like, shit. Like, damn, crazy shit. The version we don't make it didn't happen. They're the fucking controllers, Christian. Next morning, bitch, we gotta find the box.
This is, like, again, I think this is where, all right, I'm not gonna go on this crazy monologue about superposition again, but just your mind influencing the world and how it defines itself, it's an extension of this idea that human observation is the key factor in removing something from superposition. Like the human consciousness and awareness, that is affecting everything. So, of course, naturally, it would make sense if the human perception is affecting the world that ends up being defined, that they walk into.
Christian? It looks like you're doing it, man. It looks like you're doing it.
This show's doing it for me.
Yeah, they find the box. It's fucking great. Its magnetic field is pushing in an opposite direction. So whatever the compass says, we need to go on the other end because
I think the magnetic field too is why it's remaining so indestructible, no matter what hits it.
Yes.
Because you remember, like when the buildings were falling,
yes,
they went in the box, no noise, it didn't collapse or anything.
Yeah, no, Leighton mentioned that it's the world's most durable headphones or some shit like that. In episode 1,
soundproof,
episode 2, soundproof, yeah, everything proof actually. It's impervious to whatever is going on in the outside environment. It's fucking sick, crazy shit. So yes, and then they find it. They're able to get in. Hooray! They're back in the box. Now they're talking. Like, what's going on? Why would he do this to me? Like, was he happy? Jason 1 is talking to Amanda about Jason 2. Amanda's like, no, he wasn't happy. But he was the most driven human being I've ever known, Christian. like when this man set his mind on something, he did the thing. And Jason's like, he did this to me, right? Like, he took me from my world and put himself. Why would he do that? And Amanda says, regret. But Amanda loves her man and knows her man, which is Jason too. So Amanda's like, he's not a monster. There's no way he would not have done this without rationalizing it. Let's think this through. And like, are you wealthy in your world? Like, nah, bitch, I fucking teach physics at a fucking college where kids won't even look at me. It's like, okay, you're not wealthy. What's up?
Equivalent exchange.
Yeah.
No, it's just an equivalent exchange.
It is. That's true.
It goes down to.
So then he said, she said, my Jason would have probably told himself that he was giving you a shot at the path not taking. And he's like, okay, I get it, but hey, there's a fucking millions of Jason. Like, why me? Why didn't you do this to another Jason? And she said, okay, what is it that you had that he didn't? And he's like, oh shit, Daniela and Charlie. Which is so sad for her, Christian. Imagine, like, being like you're in love with your partner, to know that your partner went to another world for another man. just it's fucking crazy shit, man. The shit Amanda goes through.
But by the same token, she can just also conceive of a world where her Jason stayed, fell in love with her, right? Because there's infinite possibilities. So it probably wouldn't weigh on her as much as, it might typically, because now she's aware that there are infinite possible worlds. So there's probably a world that's ideal for her where, maybe she's in love with Jason and he's in love with her.
But she won't be the narrator in it unless she's dead in that world, because there will be a her in that world too. Like, regardless. Yeah,
but I mean, just like purely, they are given insight into how the universe works, and because they have this insight, they're not limited by this understanding that, okay, whatever happens in life, you can't undo that, or there's no alternative to that. She's now aware that there are alternatives, and that awareness in and of itself can make, the thought that Jason doesn't love her hurt a little less, because, okay, well, if the universe is working this way, then there is a world probably where he loves me. So,
but it's not me. There's a world where he loves a version of me.
Yeah, but just no. But the thing is, though, like, she's just, the world works in such a way where, like, your singular existence is not special anymore, right? So just because that's how it is, nobody, like, you're not special in this world because you exist in so many different ways. Why should you be special? Like, why should your existence in one reality be special than your existence in another?
That has nothing to do with specialty. Someone did something cruel to this woman, left her for another woman without telling her. Whether there's a bunch of hers.
See, I'm extrapolating a lot farther than I guess you are. But it's
because we're all human at the end.
No, but
even if there's another Pierre out there.
Yeah.
Even if there's another Pierre out there, Christian, if my girl get up and leave to go be with some other guy without telling me, and also take some poor girl outside of her universe and dump her in mine so she can be with that guy, it's still fucked up, Christian. Like, I'm still hurt. I don't care if there's other universes with a Pierre that she stayed with. Like, it's me. I'm talking about me, bro. She did this to me. That's just personal.
I mean, yeah, sure.
Oh my god.
Sure.
Oh, Christian, that has never happened to you, so you don't know. Like, but bro, come on, don't lessen the blow. I mean, this is just a show. This is a show. We're getting way too deep into like, these characters' feelings, but like, dude,
but this is important though, because we have two differing views on this. Like, my view is a lot more like how just the way you perceive life would completely change if you open Pandora's box the way that they're opening it.
Right.
So that change. Mm-hmm. If you contextualize everything that's happening in your current life, it can change how you view what hurts you and what doesn't hurt you.
Wow. So basically that gives people a pass to be douchebags because there's a version where they're good. Like, hey, you can break this girl's heart. There's a version of you out there who don't break hearts, so you're good.
what I'm talking about is part of what makes Jason 2 so morally gray. Because he is walking in Jason 1's world with this swagger and with this confidence. Because he has a chip on his shoulder that nobody else has. Like, he knows that he can go into any world that he wants. So what do you think that would do if you make a mistake in one life and you have in the back of your mind this thought of like, well, if I really wanted to, I could just go to another world. Like, that changes how you, like, just how you handle relationships. And now I'm not saying that's a good change. I'm saying that's like that's removing a part of what it means to be human from you if you have this knowledge. But you're still having that part removed just because you have this knowledge.
The ability to go into a different universe or undo your mistakes before, because these are our branches, right? These decisions, these choices create branches. So
yeah,
the ability.
Because let me phrase it a different way, right? Like, let's say you broke up, let's say you broke up with your girlfriend, and then you really, really regretted it, right? If you knew you had a button that said, oh, I can just undo this, do you think the breakup would hit you as hard? Like, if you knew for sure you could just undo it, like, you wouldn't have that, because the whole reason you would be heartbroken in the first place is because you knew you lost something that you can never get back. But if you know you can get it back, you're not going to be as torn up about it. You're still going to be hurt, but you know you can undo it. So then what's the point in being hurt? And that's what I'm saying. Like, they have this perspective where they actually have a button that lets them undo or get like an alternate version of whatever their life circumstances. So that would affect if they say like, oh, I'm really heartbroken over this, or if it's like, well, I have a button and the world works this way, so maybe hope isn't completely lost for me in my ideal scenario. That's how I'm thinking of this.
You're saying homegirl should find solace in the fact that although this motherfucker fucked up your life and mine, there's a universe out there with me that I'm chill. So let me just find contentment in that and just move on.
No, I'm saying that because we're talking about the specific moment where she is realizing that
it's
Jason,
all for a woman. Yes, and not
it's all for a woman, exactly. But now that she has this knowledge of the world, it's not so simple of a conclusion to draw that this is like the circumstances that are happening, and there's nothing I can tell myself that would make this not okay. Like, I'm just saying that in what we're talking about, in like half a second, I would imagine like the possibilities go through her head. So it's just, again, you know me. I like to extrapolate and really get into the heads of the characters.
Yeah, I like to extrapolate too, but I'm still human. I still think people are fucked up that do fucked up things, regardless if there's versions that like those things didn't happen. You don't do that. This Episode 4, actually every episode, there's contrast to what Jason 2 would do that Jason 1 never would. How can he be so cruel?
That's what I'm saying. Like, because they said, from what I know in the show so far, he has been gone. He has been missing for a year and some change. So he has confidently seen that he can just change reality on a dime if he wants to, within a certain extent.
That's not, you're talking about the box, like
yes,
seeing different
the box.
versions. Sure.
Right. So imagine you're somebody walking in a world where you know if at any point you will it, you can change the world to an extent.
Sure.
You're gonna walk around with this braggadocious confidence, and you're gonna do whatever the fuck you want to do, and that's why it makes sense to explain Jason's character because he has this perspective.
No, you're getting this misconstrued. Well, you're not getting this misconstrued. Your point is validated. It makes sense. But Kristen, Jason's always been confident. Jason never leaves his world Jason doesn't leave a world to go do another thing. Jason was successful in his world, Christian. He left because he didn't have his girl.
Yeah, but then that would...
do it. That's true. What you're saying is true. He can go to any world that he wants, but that's not what he's doing. He's going to the world where he lost his girl.
Yeah, but still, like, he's human, right? So, and if he already has this confidence, it might give him like some form of a god complex, and it might change. Like the god complex might be incredibly subtle to the point where if he's in a classroom and he's like he throws, yeah, but no. What I'm saying though is that he has a perception that life is malleable. So then why would he have as much caution as a regular person?
I understand.
And because he lacks that caution, it's like what's your Billions quote? A creeping erosion. It slowly infects just how he moves in the world, how he thinks about the world. He's had a year and some change for that slow erosion to happen.
Right. Does the box straighten that mindset? Yes, but he's already been a selfish and reckless person too. It just adds to it. That's true. He's been that guy.
I don't know. I don't know if he has, because the whole reason he got in the box was because he felt guilty that somebody else didn't come back. And because he went on that path, he discovered the world. And it's only afterwards that he's like, okay, I have all this power. Fuck going back to my world. Fuck going back and telling everybody how the box works. I'm going to focus on what I want, and I'm going to go back to a life where I didn't make a choice that I regret.
But the thing is, the only reason he left was for that. He went to see Daniela the night before and said, our lives are made of choices. The wrong choice I made was not being with you. And then he left. The plan was always... The 14 months he's been gone is maneuvering and figuring out how to properly do this. Probably like hating worlds... What's up?
Wait, because I do remember what you just said about the conversation, but then I also remember that they said he felt guilty. So
That's a lie. That's a lie. Remember, he said he felt guilty that Blair went in. He doesn't remember. He doesn't even remember Blair's last name. Christian, he was lying. He doesn't care about Blair. He's an inconsiderate person. I feel guilty. Our head engineer went in there and couldn't come back. Let me go back. Let me sacrifice myself. That was all a lie. Because he went to see Daniela the night before. Like, that was lying to everyone. The whole plan was to get back to Daniela. When Leighton explained it. Oh, our head of the box, Blair, went in there first to test it. He didn't come back. Jason felt so bad. He said, it's my fault. I need to go in. That's a lie. Because Daniela told Jason, the last time I saw you, you told me I'm never going to see you again. The wrong choice that I made was with you, and we're never going to see each other again. I'm sorry about that. I'm out. That was his plan from day one. That was just a cover-up.
I mean, that does make sense.
That's crystal clear. That's a cover-up. This man doesn't care about people.
Okay, but they at that point they didn't know exactly how the box worked. That's like the whole reason that they sent volunteers into the box is because they were testing it. So if he went in there,
but not Jason, because Jason's the only one that knows. Yeah, because they're like, fuck, we need more people to go in there.
But he didn't know, like, okay, whatever I think is going to influence the world I come out of. He didn't know that. So that's why, like, I mean, it makes sense that it could be a lie.
Could.
But I also think that because we know, I mean, I would have to go back and look at, because he said specifically we're never going to see each other again.
I'll send you to the exact, that's what she said, and then you said something that struck to me, that this is the last time we're never going to see each other again. That's what Amanda told Jason 1.
But then did he specifically say, I regret my choices? That's what he said?
He said what was the exact line? The one choice I regret was the one I didn't make with you. And that's what he told Daniela. I have this all written down. Yes, this was in episode 2.
So what is that choice with? Because he's talking about Daniela then.
Okay, the whole reason of the show, the choice not taken is Daniela gets pregnant and Jason chooses his work in World 2. Yes. Jason in World 1, when Daniela gets pregnant, chose Daniela. That's the choice, Christian. One chose work.
Exactly. Right. But you're saying that before Jason 2 left, he already had the intention of finding Daniela. That's what you're saying.
Correct, because he spoke to her and told her.
But you're saying he spoke to her. He didn't see his Daniela in over a year, right?
He spoke to her and left the very next day. The girl even mentioned again, Christian, Amanda mentioned, he saw his ex-girlfriend the night before. I could tell something was wrong. I asked him. He said nothing's wrong. I went in the shower. Then when I got out, he was gone. And then Daniela said, I saw him. He told me our lives are made of choices that lead to infinite Our existence is all about choices that create worlds. Theoretically, we simultaneously inhabited an infinite number of them. The worst choice I made was the one I made with you. That's what he told Daniela in episode 2. Jason too told Daniela this. Yeah, this is not something like, I think you think this is a good guy. Christian, this is a terrible person.
No, I think he's a very complicated guy. I don't think he's good or bad.
Oh, okay. Well, keep watching. I already finished the series. Keep watching. You will see. But, I mean, you're still going to justify that he did this because of that, he did this. But just keep watching. It's not
a matter of justification. It's a matter of observing his character in action. That's what I'm doing.
Ripping someone out of their world, dumping them to yours without no explanation. You know how fucked up that is? I don't know why you not see the sinister in this man.
No, I don't know how you don't understand that. I'm just saying he's a human that can be good at times and bad at times.
What has he done
that's what I'm saying.
What has he done that's good? Completely disregard that his wife and son are mourning because he saw the night before that they had a twin. He knows that's the death day, but to not be there by the tree, to come in there, hey fam, to
purely by the existence of Jason 1, it shows that he is not just a man who was born evil. Like, he is a man who is shaped by the world and the choices that he makes, and that's what makes him so ambiguous. It sounds like you just think he's evil. Like, he was born evil.
I don't think he's evil. No, you're not born evil. The choices he's made are very selfish. He's a very, he's selfish, he's reckless, he's careless. He's everything Jason is not. Which is why when Amanda's like, I don't know how could you two be the same, but for him to be stray this far off, which Jason once said, I think I can see how. When you made a decision to not be with the love of your life, you will do everything that you can to tell yourself that you made the right decision. Regardless of whatever it entails you doing to other people, just for you to not have that regret factor that I fucked up by not going with Daniela. But anyway, no, but for real, bro, there is a bad guy in this, and maybe you're gonna hate the ending of this series.
Hold on. No, like, it's not. He's not. Every. I don't like this bad guy. He's a very
Christian, you know I don't like that
gray guy.
Like, you know, like, when I see Fedra and Firefly, or when I see Eren, and you know I'm not someone who's like someone's bad. You know this about me. But if I'm telling you this motherfucker's pure evil, and I can back it up.
First of all, it sounds like to me you're speaking from the perspective of somebody who's seen the entire show, but you gotta remember I'm somebody who's only seen up to episode 5. Okay.
So even these 5 episodes that you see, this motherfucker's about to close the box so this poor guy can never come back to his wife. That's not bad to you. That's just... He's just part of his environment.
I feel like saying it's bad is doing a disservice to the nuanced and layered writing that is happening in the show. Saying it is bad is not accurate enough.
You're absolutely right. That's just gray. Leaving some woman behind who love you is a gray area. Sealing the box for a poor man to never come back to his wife is a gray area. I can't. More shit, I'm just not going to say because more bad shit is coming. More bad shit, gray area. Yeah, they're all just gray area. You're right, Christian. This man is a saint. Life has dealt him a bad hand. You know, accountability is a big thing for me, right? Like, I say that over and over. Like, some people they're not accountable for shit they've done. But
yes, but I feel like you are sitting on a wealth of knowledge about Jason's character that I do not have. And that wealth of knowledge, as you try to put yourself in the position of somebody who first watched episode 5, it's like seeping in there. But as me, for the way I'm seeing this is like, I don't know what the writer of the story is trying to do with Jason's character. So I'm holding a position that says right now I'm seeing a man who is being exposed to information about the universe that a human should not be exposed to. Being exposed to that extent can affect just how you live your life. But I also acknowledge that there are many things he's doing just in general, like everything you were saying about how he's stealing the life of his other self, how he's saying that he's regretted his choice that he made with Daniela and he's going to abandon his wife. Like all that, I agree that is very, like, it's fucked up. But I don't know the direction that they're trying to take. I don't know if they're trying to make this guy a very tragic human, if they're trying to make him out to be a very bad human, if they're trying to make him out to be a very just unfortunate human. I don't know what path they're trying to take his character. So, but you know exactly that they're trying to make him, which seems like a bad guy because you saw the entire show. So that's why I'm trying to just theory craft. But it sounds like you know what's going to happen, and you're just...
I knew this from episode 2. Just, the choices were just fucked up. And episode 3, I was like, that's fucked up. Episode 4, I'm like, that's fucked up. That you're halfway through the show. You're not at the beginning of the show anymore, Christian. But still, it is what it is. The guy's still good. Yeah, that's it. It's not good. They're still inconclusive. It's fine. When we do in episode 9, I will hear what you think of this guy. I won't be surprised if it's still...
if he's a piece of shit, I'll say he's a piece of shit.
He's not, Christian. He just has too much knowledge that human beings shouldn't have. It's not his fault. The magnetic field of the box is doing a number in his brain. It's just crazy shit.
You know what?
I hate him. I hate him. He should die. They should kill him.
You know what makes discussions really fun? Is
No,
when
I'm
two
actually.
people,
This
they
is
have
actually
different
cool.
opinions.
I know.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I feel like it sounds like sometimes you get a little defensive over.
I'm extremely defensive. No, actually, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not.
but if you could just
passionate
like
about
you
some
know,
shit.
oh yeah, that's cool. But like I don't know if sometimes you get so defensive because like you're having fun, or if you're getting defensive because you're getting annoyed. And like I'm having fun on my end,
Oh,
but
Chris,
I don't
I'm
know if
extremely annoyed. I'm kidding, dude. I'm not annoyed. This is fun. I'm shocked. As this is not the first time you're taking a stance on something when there's so much evidence, and I'm just like, oh shit. But I guess that's how you think. Sure. Like I like reading deep into shit. I extrapolate all the time, but when something's fucked up, I just stop there. Like other
Okay.
factors is just irrelevant to me. Like, is it an inducer? Is it a what is the thing? Is it a what's something that makes something stronger? Does it add to your ability to do some shit? Does it influence you? Sure, but at your core, going through with some shit just make you bad to me. But I understand your point. People that are listening to this, if someone ever make it through this hour and some change, will probably be like, yeah, I see what Christian's saying. If someone has all that capability in their hand, they can afford to fuck others along the way. But that's the thing, if they go back and fix it. But you need to finish the show. That's not gonna happen. That's not a spoiler. Like, imagine if there's a world where he's like, since I can do all this, let me go back to a universe and tell Amanda before I leave. Hey girl, I'm leaving for my wife. I'm done. I'll be like, okay, I understand. That's not a spoiler because that does not happen. Like, I'll be like, okay, you know you have that power and you're righting some wrongs, but you're choosing to fuck people over and moving forward with the power you have. Like Thanos, Thanos never fucked people over. Like, I'm the biggest titan on the planet. I can kill people. I'm just gonna eradicate 50%. It doesn't matter if it's the best doctors. It doesn't matter if it's the best physicists. We're just gonna take away 50% of the population so we can stop world hunger and lack of resources. That's fair. That's brutal, but fair. Thanos never said, let me go and fucking start hurting people personally because I can. This motherfucker's destroying lives because he can. But anyway, all this is fun. We love
okay,
Jason.
so you're lighthearted about all this, right? Like you're not like getting angry.
Oh, Christian,
right?
this is the last episode we filmed. I'm fucking done. You are something else. Dude, I'm kidding. I'm really not angry, man. Fuck. It takes a
Okay,
lot to get me angry, actually. Passionate,
Okay.
yeah, but
Okay.
anger. Don't give in to anger, man.
Yeah.
But I do
All
hear
right.
you. It did sound like we did get heated, but we weren't heated. I was just like, what? I was like, dude, there's fucking evidence. I was like, what? You really thought this motherfucker cared about Blair? Do you remember like last episode where like
Blair.
that's who went in, Christian? The person who went in first that he felt guilty about,
Yeah.
Blair. Remember I said the last episode, if you felt guilty about someone, a friend, you would at least have the decency to know their last name. just like when he went to Jason's world, Charlie, what's Blair's last name? I'm just trying to figure out. This motherfucker never cared about Blair. Crazy
That's
shit.
true.
But
That's true.
you know what, man? It is what it is. It is what it is. I just hate him. I just hate what he's doing to Jason. Jason doesn't deserve this. Like shit, man. Oh, such a cool
Yeah, I
family,
think
man.
with me is too. I think I just like that he's a really like I'm liking. His
Oh, he's
character.
good. He's good. His charisma, his confidence, his attention grabbing, people skills. No, he's everything. He's everything we want to be as men. Like, I'm so serious. This man's ability to just captivate a room, the way he walk, his head is held up high. His voice is just it's fucking. This man is Andrew Tate. All right, so fuck. Like we said, right, we're focusing on every character. So we're done with Amanda and Jason 1. Now this is a very quick one. Leighton, right? What happened? Leighton, when he grabbed the bag and say fuck it at the beginning of episode 4, he's going through the box. He doesn't know how to navigate the box. So we see Leighton again later in the episode freaking out. He's just freaking out, screaming, Jason, Jason, and we see Leighton again at the end of the episode limping. So my boy probably encountered some fucked up shit. He probably opened the door. He probably opened the door to a bunch of racist rednecks.
Leighton is he's in such a rough spot.
That's so sad.
He needs to find a world with a doctor. And then like, how are you?
He doesn't know how to navigate it, which is sad. He doesn't know how to.
Yeah, and he has no information about the box. So he's probably already so distressed that any world he goes into is going to reflect his mentality.
Yeah, and he doesn't know that he doesn't know there's a correlation between your fucking. Oh, it's fucking crazy shit, man. I kind of feel bad for Leighton, but at the same time, fuck Leighton. Because what did Leighton say?
I like Leighton, man.
What did Leighton say, Christian? We put out an ad for volunteers. Jason 1 asked, they didn't know what they were getting themselves into. Which Leighton replied, they found out eventually. So he's finding out eventually, Christian. So that's just my take. Leighton's finding out eventually. Like, there's some bad shit that people do, shows or not. I just write you off. But at the same time, Game of Thrones, Theon Greyjoy, redemption. He came full circle. Okay, so we're done with Leighton. We're done with Jason 1 and Amanda. Now let's go to Jason 1's world. What's happening? Daniela's very sad. Why is Daniela so sad? There's something, this little hexagonal or multi-side shaped beautiful thing with the name Max on it. Like, we don't know what that is. We don't know. Now, in that same world, they skip to a different scene. Charlie's driving. Jason said, Christian, Jason 2, in Charlie's world, this car sucks. Do you remember what happened in the first episode? About the car. What's up? What's up?
Oh, no, sorry, go ahead. No, something happened, like, something fell, so I had to mute my mic real quick because you were talking, but yeah.
Christian, that's cool. Jason said, this car sucks. In episode 1, when Ryan called Jason 1 before the switch happened, Ryan said, oh, Charlie, you're driving your old man's famous, like, he mentioned the car, meaning there's like a sentimental value that this car been in the family for a long time. As in, the real Jason actually loved this car. But Jason 2 was like, hey, this car kind of sucked. Yeah, we need to get this shit fixed. What's your plan for today anyway? What's your plan for today? He doesn't know that every year for their birthday, they sit underneath this tree for his dead twin. So of course, Charlie's like, I'm doing the same thing. What do you mean? He doesn't know. A red light, Christian. Oh, speed up. You can take it. There's a lot of yellow in that red. Recklessness.
I
My
love
dad
that.
is not like that.
I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna steal that.
That's a sick line. That's a sick line. There's a lot of yellow in that red. That's a man who does whatever the fuck he want to do.
He does it cool.
So good. He does it coolly. Yeah. And Charlie's like, what do you mean, Dad? You normally tell me to stop at an intersection. It's like, no, fuck that. It's like, okay. Mama gets to work at Lakemont University. Pop quiz. Anyone who doesn't fucking have their laptop or their phone, you all fail if you have it. Of course, it's the fucking 21st century. I don't know if in his world. But that's the thing. In his world, he's a physicist who's stuck in a lab all day, so he doesn't interact with kids to know that kids are stuck to their gadgets. So to him, that's like absurd. He was like, you know what? Fuck it. You all fail. Since you all just stuck to your watching videos and your laptops and your phones, I'm going to make this easier for you motherfuckers. I'll leave. He didn't say motherfuckers. I'm assuming the dean, because the TA texted the dean, started walking behind him, running. Jason, I heard you storm out. You threw a bottle. What's going on? He said, it's a fucking slow death in there, so I quit.
And I didn't storm out.
I didn't storm out. I walk out. Yeah, right? It's like, shit, I didn't storm out. I walked out.
Like, I did
Jason.
this calmly.
I know, right?
I'm sound of mind right now.
Right? yeah, like seriously, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, bro. I didn't make a scene. I just walked. This is not impulsive, bro. This is calculated. I just don't want to do this shit no more because I don't have to. Crazy shit. So then, he quit. Why would he quit? Interesting. So, it is what it is. Oh, before that, I forgot to mention, when Daniela pulled in the box, when Daniela looked sad, and she pulled a box with a picture of, we're assuming, Max, because they alluded before with the writing of Max and that cutely shaped thing in their living room, and there was some baby clothes and some baby pictures, and she's sniffing. Like, you can tell, like, this is a very emotional thing. A mother losing a son, definitely. That, and a father losing a son. Like, this whole family, you can tell that this is something that left a dent, but that they've managed to work around beautifully, like, to commemorate in a nice way. Which is props to them, actually. That's grieving the correct way. That's beautifully done. So yeah, Jason got fired. Jason quit. Jason doesn't get fired. Crazy shit. He goes to see Leighton. Leighton is so different from this world. Why is Leighton so different from this world? Well, this is my theory. In this world, Leighton's grandfather's dead. Leighton's dad is alive. Leighton's dad is in charge of Velocity. That's his thing. Leighton's just the son who doesn't even talk to his dad, who parties all night and gets drunk. Like, which is kind of crazy, how in the other world, his dad died, his grandfather raised him. But in this world, his grandfather died, and he's estranged from his dad. It's so cool to see the things that can happen in your life, how they can shape you differently. Which is true. This is why we take for granted so many things that affect who we become. Like, your parents, your best friend, your professors, your teachers, the shows you watch, the political party that you support. Like, all of these things have a way of shaping your future. Fuck, Christian, that's gonna be a short. I like what I just said. I really do like what I just said. Shit, fuck. After all this editing, I won't know where it fucking lands. I'll just go re-listen to this shit and find it. But anyway, he goes see Leighton. Leighton's like, yeah, if you're here to ask me for money, Ryan also showed up for the same thing. Ryan, who won the Pavia in this world. Although he won the Pavia, got $1 million, he still showed up to ask Leighton for money. Interesting, but it is what it is. And Jason is charismatic and fucking people skill type of thing, knowing the kind of person that Leighton is from the other world, that they're similar in that sense anyway. He tells him, what are you doing today? Instead of asking me for money, I want to fucking show you some shit. Damn. Take him to the old warehouse, the abandoned warehouse with the box. Tell him, hey, take this drug. It's a psychoactive drug. Take the drug. I want to show you the road not taken. And then we start to get more aspects on how to govern, how to manage, control this box. He said, whatever you think about will affect what's behind those doors. So I need you to clear your mind. And Leighton's like, bro, clear my mind. I failed fucking, meditation class, bro. I just couldn't, so many thoughts was going in my head. I couldn't. He's like, well, how about this? I need you to clear your mind for just 5 seconds. Just take deep breaths. Just take deep fucking breaths. Just deep breaths. And as he's taking it, Jason opened the door. We don't see them again. Next time we see them, Leighton comes back. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it, bro. He was alive. He was alive, man. You just showed me that he was alive. Who do you think he's talking about, Christian?
Well, his grandfather.
Yes, Christian. Yes, I'm just seeing if you're paying attention. Okay. Yes, his grandfather was alive. Crazy shit. You gotta make sure that you're retaining some of your audience with the fucking attention span of today's millennials and Gen Zs.
You talking about me?
No, Christian, not you. You're a different breed. We all know that. I'm not talking about you, Christian. I'm not. But yes, his grandfather was alive in that universe. So he comes fully clean. Bro, I'm not from this world. Oh shit, you're not? Yeah, bro, I'm not. Jason 2 tells Leighton number 1. But Leighton number 2 for us. To not get this complicated, we've only been introduced to Leighton from Jason 2's world. We now just met Leighton from Jason 1's world, who we met after we met Leighton 2. Because this whole time we've been dealing with Leighton 2 from Jason 2's world. We've been dealing with the CEO of Velocity. Jason 2 just introduced us to Leighton 1 from World 1, who doesn't govern or rule Velocity. He's not the CEO of anything. He's just a guy who parties and just fucking get crazy because he doesn't have his grandfather in that world. To not make this more complex, I know you get it. So yes, you see I'm not from this world. I'm here to fix something that I fuck up. And then he asked the same thing he asked Jason 2 that night. Would you leave this world to start over? Well, he asked Jason if you have regrets. He said, would you leave this world to start over? To which Leighton responded in a heartbeat, I would give everything. And that's when he got that motherfucker without him even knowing. But anyway, that is what it is. To Daniela and Charlie, they're sitting by the tree, which is kind of cute, and she starts telling the story. And I love how they make both of them tell the story at the same time. Because Jason 1 is realizing, oh shit, it's my son's 16th birthday. And Daniela's sitting down telling the story of Max. How Max was the first one that came out, but there was an abnormality in his heartbeat. He survived the first 2 surgeries, but he died on the 3rd one. And every year, we sit there at a tree that we planted and spread his ashes. Like, that's so beautiful. Like, that's so wholesome. I was like, wow, that's... Like, because you hear deaths tear apart families. Like, because that's harsh. That's brutal. But for them to find a way to bond over that, to cry over it together, no, that's some fucking beautiful shit, man. The writer of this book, top tier. Top fucking tier. So, and Jason's not there, which is kind of sad. And then, Jason 2 comes home later that night. What's up, fam? It's like Charlie and Daniela are cooking Max's favorite meal, spaghetti and meatball. He doesn't understand what's going on. It's like he's bypassing the sadness. Although he can put 2 and 2 together because he's a very smart man. He's like, let's pop champagne. Let's celebrate. And Daniela and Charlie are like, what the fuck's going on? Is he? Like, what is happening here? Because every year, this doesn't happen like that. He's like, Charlie, I got you a gift. Open it. Just like, what the fuck is happening? But of course, he's a teenager. He's saying he can't wait to get his car. In the beginning of the episode, you got him a car. Oh shit. Daniela's like, what the fuck's going on? To which he tells Daniela, before Charlie was born, I was working on a thing, the box. Do you remember? I couldn't finish it because I wanted to be fully present for the both of you. Bro, when he said that, I paused the scene and was just like, this fucking liar. I was like, bitch, you didn't fucking choose her. But it is what it is. You let her fucking believe it. She believe it. It is what it is. Yeah, because I wanted to be fully present for both of you. I stopped that. But it's good now. And I have an investor. You don't have to worry about money anymore. You can just start painting if you want to. And the episode ends. Crazy shit.
I'm loving this show.
Christian, you have so much editing to do. I kind of feel bad, but then I remembered that you sided with conniving, cynical, and heartless and inconsiderate demon. So I guess you deserve that. I'm kidding, Christian. You don't deserve that at all. If I were you, I'd just leave it as is. I'd be like, fuck it. I'm releasing a 1:24 episode. That crazy shit.
But you know, I do typically look at these stories from like what is it? The perspective of the author. Like, I like doing that a lot. So sometimes, like, I just, cause I don't know, maybe one day, I'll write a book, and cause I always like the idea of like one human is writing like 10, 20 different humans, and they're all so different, and they're also like nuanced and layered. So a lot of my I guess you would say defenses of Jason are just more so like appreciations of how the writer is handling his character. So,
yeah,
but I'm not like rooting for Jason too.
I think you're wearing a T-shirt that says Jason 2 right now. I think you have merch of Jason 2 in your house.
Is my camera turned on?
Is my camera turned on? No, I know what you mean. I know. I do that too. I love characters that are layered. Like Aaron. We're like, yeah, you know, it's like, you can't blame this guy because you understand. This motherfucker have seen, we see what he's doing, or the scouts. You can't blame the scouts. You can't blame the Marlians, like, because these are all traditions. These are all people with point of views that think they're right. You can't blame Firefly or Fedra. They both have strong and plausible bullet points as to why they are the way they are. But some people are just fucked up, man. but still, no. But the writing is fucking beautiful. As it is. I do love a good bad guy. I love a bad guy that I can't hate. A bad guy that I understand what they're doing. But there are some bad guys that are good. He's a good actor. Oh, that's a very good character to play. But just, that's a terrible person. But still.
Yeah, this is a story that really tests your ability as an actor. For sure.
Crazy shit.
Because every character is playing two different characters.
I know, right? Yes, it's not just Jason. Correct. Daniela, we just saw. All right. That's the end of this one. I'm going to sleep. Shit. Long ass episode. Bye. Oh my god. Wow. That's a fucking long episode. Alright.